Welcome to the Thunder live. I'm here with the Stash and also Thomas, the Hamburglar Schooley. And it is intermission, and your Bolts are down 1-0. Now, Thomas Schooley, tell me. Actually, I like it better if I just hold the microphone and do one of these. Tell me, Thomas Schooley.
I'll just shoot it of you.
Oh wait, Stash is still here.
Yeah, we're totally not in the same place at all right now.
We are here at District Tavern, Tampa, and show the burger. Show that burger. Come on, show it off.
I haven't got to try it yet because the period ended too quick.
So yeah, we're here watching the game. If you are in and around Tampa, you can.
Turn the mic up.
No,
Both of you.
All right, that should be better. So if you are in Tampa or close to downtown Tampa, you can come join us and watch the rest of the game here and have yourself a delicious District Tavern burger.
Why aren't you here yet?
Or some shooters, some tavern shooters. First thing on the menu.
Yeah. You know what?
That was for the second period.
You know something too, though, is that I got on good authority that they are actually working on adding the Stash Burger to the menu.
There we go. Stash burger.
That's right.
Comes with a little bit of mustache in it.
Super salty. It's a super salty burger.
It's a little extra taste, no extra charge. And actually, our little friends over here, Joyce and
you got to come
Debbie,
over here.
They tried the shooters. They actually had the shooters.
Oh, wait.
So.
Yeah. We're going to talk about the game. We got, 10 minutes before they start the second period. All right. We have Sticks of Fire in the house. Joyce and Debbie.
Royalty.
Joyce isn't getting up.
Hello.
Now, I heard you had the tavern shooters. Is it true?
Oh my gosh, it was so good. It's Gouda, pancetta, brie, and lobster bisque shooters.
Freaking brie time, baby.
Some of my favorite things. All right. I might have to get that.
Yeah, it's basically a grilled cheese, like high-end super deluxe grilled cheese with the lobster tomato bisque soup. I tasted the shooter personally. I had a shooter. I didn't get to have the Sammy yet, but the shooter was fantastic. It was really good. So right off the rip, if you just order the first thing on the menu when you walk in the door, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. So there you go. There's a lesson right there. First thing on the menu, unless you're allergic, to shellfish, which sorry, or lactose intolerant. Also, sorry. But other than that, you're good to go. You're good to go when you get down here.
All right. Anyway, there was a hockey game, or there is a hockey game being played tonight.
Yep.
We want to know what you think of the game. Hey, was that a goal or no goal earlier? It was, did they credit it to Bogo? Was supposed to have the goal, but it was Corey Perry that
Maroon.
Well, it would have been Maroon.
That hit it in.
It would have been Maroon's goal.
Corey Perry, there you said, interfered. To me, it looked like he got pushed into the goalie.
Looked like Corey Perry was interfered with.
Yeah, he definitely looked like he was knocked into Elvis there. But the referee saw it different. I know we were watching it here at the District Tavern, and Stash said playoffs that isn't called. So it's interesting. We're 2 games into the playoffs. These refs are fighting to be on the playoff teams. And, they get graded during the season. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of refs are going to be in the playoffs come Monday.
Well, that call on Killer at the end was also equally weak as hell. And I don't think that's a playoff call either. That was barely the stick getting up on the hand. That the curve of the blade was spaced away from the hands, So we're going to have to battle back here because we started off good. Then the goal was disallowed. And it seems like that gave Columbus a lot of momentum there for the second half of that period.
Well, actually, they started off bad. They didn't have a shot within the first 10 minutes, but then they did pick it up a little bit. They got that power play.
They were still playing physical hockey at least. And I mean, they weren't getting the shots on goal, but the Columbus wasn't getting super quality shots. I think they had a couple odd chances, which Schooley talks about in the pregame about how he thinks that, Elliott's going to have to face some of those breakaway opportunities. And we did see a couple of those odd man opportunities already.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a game whether Moose is going to be able to hold them in there. This is a game, of course, they want to win it because this will lock them into third place. So they're going to want to win it. But that goal that we gave up was not not that great.
We have a special person in the chat.
Mrs. Shooter cannot come here and eat the shooters.
Can't eat the shooters.
No shooters. No shooters for Mrs. Shooter. Breaking news.
you have to slurp down the shooters, I think.
Well, I didn't want to get too personal there.
All right, let's get in.
Your 40th birthday is just a couple days away. I didn't want to.
There's not much else to talk about this first period, but there is a hot topic on our Twitter account today.
Okay.
And it was a screen grab from Facebook. Of course, where else would you see this ridiculous take at? And this was a comment by, I won't even say their name. I don't even remember who it is. But they said something along the lines of, why is there a statue of Dave Anderchuk in front of our stadium? And
take it down.
Take it down and replace it with Stamkos.
Dad, let me tell you something. I wanted to make sure it first wasn't a Thunderbolts person because they wouldn't be anymore.
Nah.
Second of all,
Thunderbolts people, you're on notice.
the
No
hell
shenanigans.
would even write that? And I like the best comment I thought in there was
Mine.
No, I thought where it showed the crack pipe and it said they hit. This was the last hit before this comment was posted.
Well,
yes.
Personally, I think Shooty had the most heady actual real take on it, and I echoed his statements, which is we don't have the 04 Cup without Anderchuk, at all. And if you were around in 04 like we were, you know that as a fact. And then I also believe that without that dumbass lockout the following season, that's a dynasty. Right now, what Lightning fans deserve right now is to be living in the second dynasty. We should be in the conversation with the Islanders, with Montreal, with some of those original teams that have had the dynasties pre-salary cap era. We should have had 2 dynasty runs, but we were robbed by a salary cap era, and Dave Anderchuk brought that here. And the other thing I had to say, my comment personally was, what am I going to do? Whose ass am I going to slap on the way on the Thunder Alley before I go tickle Phil? Because superstitions are important, folks, and they're real. And that's what I do every time. I walk in, give Anderchuk the old good game slap on the ass, and then go give Phil the old underarm tickle. And that's my routine. What else am I going to do?
Well, and that statue is iconic. Lightning,
absolutely
iconic pose with Dave Anderchuk grabbing that cup and going around the ice for the very
literally the very first image of any Lightning player holding a cup. That's it. He was the first one. He's the one that put it up above his head before anyone else. He was the captain. He got the cup handed to him, and he held it up above his head before anybody else in Tampa Bay sweater. How is that not worthy of a statue on a plaza?
And we can debate whether or not Stamkos belongs there or not. I don't think they put that statue there. I think he gets in the rafters like the other two.
Yeah.
Does he possibly get a statue because he will spend his whole career with the Lightning? Possibly. But the way Mr. Vinnick has led it to believe, if you have a statue, you don't get your name in the rafters. So,
really? Well, I will say right now, the greatest bullet of all time, El Capitan, number 91, Steven Stamkos, might get special treatment. I'm just saying, he might get special treatment. He will be the great. And even if Cooch does come in maybe eclipse the all-time points record, I still think that there's several records he won't get to. And as dynamic of a player as he was never the captain, and he won't be. He will never really wear the C. And he doesn't even wear an A right now either. We're not taking anything away from him, right? When he's not a leader, he's not necessarily a standard bearer. He's a fantastic player that's worn the Lightning uniform. But Stamkos is exemplified what it is to be a captain, what it is to be a Tampa Bay resident, what it is to be persistent, resilient, and lead this team, even in times when he wasn't on the ice to do so. That, to me, deserves to be the most hallowed Lightning player of all time. That's my take.
All right, but back to Anderchuk, though. So the debate that came up after this ridiculous comment was, would they have won that Stanley Cup without Anderchuk on the team?
No.
Zero chance.
Not a chance. He brought that veteran leadership. When you
All
talk to that team, there's a reason they call him the captain. It wasn't just because he had the C on his vest.
Even just his one goal in that playoff run. One goal. You don't think Marty and the boys could have done it?
I don't know that.
He had one goal, remember?
One shift.
One shift.
Actually, here's that. What if that's the statue? It's not of Stamkos, It's I forget the timestamp that he was on the ice. What was it?
He gets a plaque or like a little memorial thing, right?
It's like 140 or something like
Yeah,
that.
they put up 143, and that's the statue. I don't know. Does
Well,
that
a plaque or something.
Rabbinic rules?
Well, or maybe we get an actual entrance named after Steven Stamkos, or maybe it's no longer Thunder Alley, maybe it's Steven Stamkos Way, or you know what I mean? Maybe something like that rather than a statue. And just because he, in my mind, at this point, and I still think he has the rest of his contract. We were talking earlier, he might retire. I don't think so. How do you come off a 100-point season, arguably the best season of your career, and still get paid $9.5 million a year and say, I'm done? I don't see that happening now. I think this guy has definitely got 3 more seasons of 80 points in him, at least a minimum of 80 points. This guy's still that good, and especially if Kucherov and Killer and some of these other guys' point are still there to help kind of insulate him and give him a chance to be on that top line. I think this guy's still the limit for him, even at 32.
Well, all right, hear me out. No statue, but we change it to Stamkos Wharf.
Who
said no? Hey, no. Even better. It's no longer Davis Island. It's now Stamkos
Island, yeah.
And he could be like, that's my island. That's right. It's my island.
The Davises might not like that.
Hey, well, guess what? You've had your run. You had a good run, Davis.
You know, we talked on the pre-show.
Benji Davis Beach anyways, too, right? He's got a beach after him already. He doesn't need a beach and a fucking island, does he? It's the same people, isn't it? Pretty sure it is.
We talked on the pre-show that we think Stamkos right now is playing some of the best of his life, especially post-injury, and that he seems to be having fun with this line now that he's on with Kucherov. And
everyone has fun playing with Kuch.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of, but he seems like, I said he doesn't seem scared this year. This season is the first time he isn't like trying to baby some kind of injury. He looks like he's playing with confidence. He's not worried that something's going to be re-injured. And I think that's what attributes to his 100-point season.
Yeah. Well, it'll be nice to have him in the playoffs here. Full strength Stamkos in the playoffs. And I'm looking forward to it next week. And in fact, we will be back here for anyone that's going to the Tampa Bay Lightning playoff bar crawl. We will be here at District Tavern, camped out. And you know what we're going to do? You don't know what we're going to do because I haven't told you yet.
No.
We're going to do our end of the season special. Do you remember way back in October, September, when we made our preseason predictions? We're going to pull up that file. We're going to see how far off you are. So if anyone is going to the bar crawl, the playoff bar crawl, I know the Sticks of Fire crew is going to be there. You can go get tickets right now, $15. Get a wristband. You get 5 free drinks at the 5 free welcome shots at the bars that are participating, and there's more than 5 bars. So go get your tickets now. We might be giving out another pair of tickets next week for Game 1, maybe,
probably.
But we will be camped out here, so hopefully you guys will stop by and see us as we are talking about the season in review, and we will have a couple playoff games under our belt by then as well.
Yeah. The one thing, I'm sorry I had to plug in the laptop. I wanted to say, going back to the statue thing real quick, what if it's not just Stamkos? What if it's like Stamkos, Hetty, and Killer all 3 together? Or, you know what I mean? What if it's like a player, like multiple players that all play together for, you know, what's that?
And Vassy gets really upset.
But then I think I still think.
What about Killer? You can't you gotta do the Bucks.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think you put like Killer, Hetty, and Stamkos is some kind of a fucking.
The price of bronze these days is skyrocketing. So I don't know if there's enough bronze.
I like the idea of a multiplayer statue is the next statue, and then literally, what I still think at the end of his career, I still think the road in front of Amelie is going to be named Vasilevsky Way by the end of the time. Like, I honestly think he will have a road named after him. Like, I think Stamkos gets all the extra honors, but as long as Vasilevsky plays his entire career in Tampa, there will be a road named after Andre Vasilevsky.
What if Vassy gets a career injury next year?
Well, then no, obviously. I mean, then he's an honorable mention of what could have been. Like he's another Ben Bishop. Okay, cool, a great guy. And you won us 2 cups. Ben Bishop couldn't do that, so he's a little bit better than Ben Bishop. But like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. So
You know what I
All right.
like is this is the debate we're having as we're entering the playoffs.
yeah, right. We're talking about who's getting statues because we're
Who's
so
getting
not worried
statues?
about
We
our
do
playoff
realize when
performance.
we do the
Right.
show here for the bar crawl, we would have just finished game 3 in the playoffs.
We'll be
So-
talking a little bit
Yeah.
about the games,
Yeah.
but we're still going
We'll-
live after every
yeah.
playoff game
We'll
too.
already
so we'll
have
talk
2
a little bit about that.
shows. Right. We'll already have 2 shows under our belt for the playoffs, and then we'll be live. So it'll be interesting.
Here we go for period number
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, so let's wrap this
There we
up.
go.
Hey, give us a thumbs up if you can hear us all right. It's the first time we've all been able to be in one place. So let us know. Shoot us a DM if it sounds good. But they are dropping the puck.
Dude,
And we're going to come back
listen.
for the second intermission. And
I
we're
like
gonna
the comments
bring up
about the
another
jet
live
skis
debate.
and the boat ramp, by the way. Sorry, I just saw that Mike is reading great comments. Those are awesome. All right.
All right.
Don't
See you
forget to beat
guys
the Thunder.
after the second period here.
Yeah, let's go Bolts.